Thanks for inviting me into your home today, where I'm going to share with you a roasted leek and warm butter bean salad. I really look forward to sharing this experience with you. This is a vegan salad, and I'm looking forward to bringing you all along with me in today's recipe. So my first call out on this recipe is I couldn't find the butter beans, so I got something very close in alternative, and I got the Great Northern beans. So I'm going to start with straining the beans. So here I have a couple leeks, two of them that I actually picked up from Trader Joe's. So I'm just going to cut off real close to the end of the leeks, just so that way it removes any kind of like browning spots from there. We want this to look nice in the salad. And then just cut these leeks into thirds, and now we're going to cut them the long way, and kind of, you can see how it kind of fans out. Alright, now I'm going to rinse these leeks, and then I will be right back. Alright, and so now I got a couple avocados. So you can see by just cutting the avocado down, making some slices across, makes it easy to work with the avocado. Because then when it's peeled, you don't have to worry about cutting it again. You just slide it off right in your bowl. And you have your avocado ready for the recipe. So the parsley, I'm just going to do some rough cuts to it. We really want to leave the beautiful leaves, but at the same rate, we want to make sure that, you know, when you have a bite of this salad, you're not getting just a mouthful of parsley, because that wouldn't be enjoyable at all. We're gonna need some oil for roasting up the leeks. So we get that in place. And then we're gonna need a little bit of pepper and salt for flavoring of the ingredients as well. And so I'm just gonna add a little bit into this bowl here, so that way I already have it put aside. And then the other thing that I have to really kind of liven up this dish, really bring out like the spring flavors and colors for this salad, is just some edible flowers. And I picked up, when I went to the store, I made sure that I got some flowers that had some different colors in here to really enhance this. So you can see the different yellows and orange and pink and kind of purple in here. So this should make it look really great and fantastic on the plate. So now this salad is in two parts, right? So we have the salad ingredients that we're going to actually be warming up the Butterbeans and roasting the leeks and just kind of tossing everything else together and bringing those flavors to life. And then we have the dressing. So, but before you move into the dressing and start cooking things up, let's take another look at the ingredients that we're needing for the actual salad itself. So we have some of the edible flowers. We have that salt and cayenne pepper to give it a little bit more heat. We have some pine nuts that we're going to be roasting up a little bit. Some oil that we're using to roast up the leeks. Some avocado to freshen up our salad and give it some fat in that salad that we need for our bodies. We have those rinsed leeks that I cut into thirds. The butter beans, or you can use some Great Northern beans or some cannellini beans, whatever your choice is, whatever you have access to in your local store. And some of that delicious parsley that I just chopped up real quick, so that way we get that beautiful leafy texture without getting a mouthful of this great herb. All right, so we know what ingredients we're using. I have them all in place. So now I'm going to start with roasting up those pine nuts. It's gonna be super simple. So I'm just gonna heat up a skillet and I'm going to dry roast the pine nuts. It's gonna be a quick process once that pan is hot and adding in those pine nuts. So we have to be careful that we don't burn the pine nuts. You can already see the color coming through on these pine nuts, and the smell is absolutely fantastic as well. As you cook the pine nuts, it releases just great aromas. And so there you go, you can see it's basically what we're looking for. All right, so we have the delicious roasted pine nuts. So now that we have the pine nuts done, it is time to move on to the roasted leeks. So when it comes to the leeks, I'm just going to add some aluminum foil to a pan. And I'm going to add the leeks and I'm going to coat them with some oil. I'm going to roast them for 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. That's just going to ensure that the leeks don't stick. So you can hear that the leeks are in my Breville. They're roasting up. And so what I'm gonna do is, because we have a good 20 minutes on that, we don't want any time to waste, right? This is a salad, we wanna fly through this, but we wanna enjoy it, we wanna enjoy the process. So I'm gonna take the other ingredients and I'm going to just gently add them to a bowl, minus the butter beans, because the butter beans will need to be added to the leeks when the leeks are done cooking, and we'll just put it in for another 10 minutes. And once we get all of those ingredients just kind of in a bowl, I'm gonna start moving on to the dressing. And we're gonna make the dressing that's gonna be all done and really keep this process going and shorten how this is, because this is a warm salad. There is some cooking involved, so it does take a little bit longer than some of those other salads that you can just whip together with some vegetables. And you can see this is already starting to look fantastic, and the journey's just starting. All right, so we're gonna put together about 2 tablespoons of oil. I am using a sunflower oil. That's just an oil that I personally like to use. It's a lighter oil. I find that it's easier to incorporate in several recipes without really bringing out a strong flavor. Next up, I'm gonna get some Dijon mustard, and I'm going to get a hefty teaspoon of that. We're gonna add some sweetness to this recipe with some maple syrup. I'm gonna do about a tablespoon or so of maple syrup. We're gonna do some more salt and pepper. This is, of course, is to add some seasoning and some flavor and, you know, a little bit of heat. After all, it is springtime and it can still be chilly, so we want to add some heat there to keep us warm. There we go, just a little bit of salt and pepper. And then we got a lemon. So the first thing I'm going to do with the lemon is just going to loosen up the juices in the lemon here. This lemon was nice and plump, but now it's nice and soft. It'll be easier to work with. Go ahead and open the lemon. And I'm going to squeeze the juice right through the strainer. I like to use a strainer. It makes it easier to make sure that the seeds, to make sure that the lemon seeds don't fall through, and you know, the last thing you want to do is to have to dig around and remove those seeds, and this just makes it so we can avoid that. Alright, and so while I clean up from this lemon, let's go ahead and take another look at all of the ingredients that we are using for the salad dressing. We have the salt and pepper, the maple syrup, Dijon mustard, some oil, and some fresh squeezed lemon. All the lemon juice is off my hands. Let's go ahead and finish the process of making this dressing. I'm just going to add all of the ingredients right into a bowl and give it a quick mix. So this is absolutely fantastic. I smell the leeks roasting. They smell so good. The pine nuts are still wafting through the air. It's smelling really good in here. And I'm about to add the beans to the leeks, and then we're going to be bringing this all together. We're almost done, and it's almost time to enjoy this delicious salad. This looks fantastic, doesn't it? And it smells even better. We have the beans and the leeks all warmed up, roasted. Let's bring this all together. You probably noticed that I added the dressing to the cold vegetables. That's so that way I could just give it a gentle toss to make sure that I'm not damaging or bruising the flowers, and so that way it still looks absolutely fantastic when I plate this up. The roasted leeks and the beans, I just added that to the dressing bowl because there was a little bit of leftover. That'll just add a little bit more flavor to that, as well as a little bit more oil. But if you remember, the leeks were already cooked with some oil, so they're already going to have that moisture in there. And so now I'm just going to bring this all together and get this plated up. Wow, this salad is absolutely fantastic. I truly enjoy warm salads. There's so much you can do with them. There's so much flavor that you can bring in and accent on them. I love everything about them. This salad in specific, it's absolutely fantastic. You get sweet citrus from the dressing. You get the roasted leek flavor coming through that adds that kind of like green oniony flavor. It's fantastic. The pine nuts, delicious. I absolutely love the smell and flavor of the roasted pine nuts. When you bring this all together, it tastes incredible. This is an awesome spring salad. And on top of it, you can very easily incorporate those edible flowers to bring that color to life and really kind of set that mood that you're going for, right? And so absolutely fantastic. I truly enjoy this salad. Thank you again for inviting me into your home and sharing this experience with you and bringing you on a journey. And I look forward to spending more time with you and cooking with you more and just having a great time, because I'm your friend with food benefits. And I will see you again real soon.